Embody Sunoco Service Center, where you get swift, friendly personal attention, is the only full-service center around. Joining Terry, Paul, and Butch, the Embody team is welcoming Scott Morgan and Barry Bean, two of the most respected car service men around. So stop in at Embody's today for all your car needs.
Limerick Bowl is the area's ultimate family entertainment center. Your league bowling headquarters for all ages and all abilities. Come in anytime and enjoy daily specials or experience our weekend glow bowling. Celebrate your next birthday at Limerick Bowl with the area's most affordable party packages, now including our newly renovated Family Fun Arcade. Limerick Bowl on West Ridge Pike. Get more information about upcoming leagues, tournaments, and open bowling specials online at limerickbowl.com.
Moshe's Train Stop in Schwenksville has been serving the Tri-County area the finest pizza, cheesesteaks, hoagies, pasta, stromboli, and decadent desserts since 1981. Stop in today and let our family serve your family. And remember that Moshe's can cater any of your party needs. Stop by our second location, Main Street Station, for a delicious breakfast, lunch, or ice cream. We're open year-round. Friend us on Facebook or at www.moshestrainstop.com.
Cornerstone Physical Therapy offers innovative, personalized care. We provide the latest in technology for pain and rehabilitation. Our low-level laser speeds up the healing process, relieves pain, and is used for our smoking cessation program. Our location has easy access off 422 and is convenient to Collegeville, Exeter, and Douglasville. Most insurance plans are accepted. If you are experiencing pain, call today.
When you're hungry, the Ice House delivers with a menu that features a spectacular assortment of dinner entrees. When you're thirsty, the Ice House delivers with a super selection of cold beers and sodas. When you're hungry at work or home, the Ice House delivers online at icehousedelivers.com or by fax at 610-326-7770 or by phone at 610-326-9999. Let the Ice House deliver you from your hunger.
Plymouth Whitemarsh High School, the PCTV Network proudly presents PIAA State Basketball Playoff, featuring the Golden Panthers of Pope John Paul II versus the Patriots of Archbishop Carroll. Hello everyone, I'm Bernie Gallagher, joined by my partner, Hall of Fame coach Tom McGee. Welcome to the Professional Pharmacy pregame show, where tonight the stakes are high and the math is simple. You win, you move on. You lose, and your season is over. Now for the breakdown, Tom, first let's look at the Golden Panthers of Pope John Paul II out of Royersford, led by head coach Jack Flanagan. They represent the Pac-10 as Frontier Division champions. They're 16-9. Their roster filled with a plethora of stars. Stinson, Mahoney, Blemming, and in the first round of state playoffs, this team was clicking on all cylinders.
Bernie, they played a very, very tough team, having to go up there and play Bethlehem Catholic High School at Freedom, and to go on the road in another district with their officials, their fans, and to come away with a game that they won by providing a spark in the fourth quarter. They came from behind, a great win, the first state playoff win in Pope John Paul II's history, and one of the players off the bench, Domino, came in, hit big threes, big buckets and foul shots in that fourth quarter. They survived, and their goal and their philosophy then was, let's just get to Tuesday. Bernie, they're here.
That they are, and conversely, let's look at the Patriots of Archbishop Carroll out of Radnor, PA. They represent the Philadelphia Catholic League, and their overall record is 20-6. They're ranked in the top 5 in the state, Class 3A. Tom, we've watched them warm up. We had a chance to visit with Coach Romanzik. Also, a bevy of talent on that roster. They're big, 6'9", 6'6". and they are used to the warm waters of that Philadelphia Catholic League.
Well, that's a league, Bernie, that's going to prepare you for postseason action like tonight. Archbishop Carroll playing the likes of Newman Goretti twice, advancing to the Final Four at the Palestra in the Catholic League playoffs, beating teams like St. Joe Prep and a plethora of town, going up there and beating Liberty High School in Bethlehem. They'll be no stranger to pressure. What Coach Romachic's going to have tonight, he's going to bring a lot of pressure defense. They play one of the top defensive teams in the whole Philadelphia area. And I think that Pope John Paul's got their work cut out for them. They're going to have to almost play a near-perfect game to come out on top. But these two coaches are familiar with each other's style, having gone head-to-head in the Southern Division of the Catholic League. So there'll be very few surprises in this one.
The dream of a state title and the road to Hershey continues. We'll be right back with the opening tip.
This is John Wood from Final Results Fitness with your fitness tip of the week. Today I wanted to talk a little bit more about calories. Oftentimes people will use a formula that they see online or that they look up in a book that tells them how many calories they need to take in a day in order to lose weight. What's important to realize is your body doesn't have a calorie accounting system that at the end of the day adds up how many calories you ate and either has you lose weight or gain weight. Calories aren't exposed to your body on a daily basis. They're exposed in a moment-by-moment basis. If you have too many calories at any given moment, macronutrients start to build up in the bloodstream and your body releases things like insulin to store them for later. What we're trying to do, if you know how many calories you need in a day, you want to take that and partition it out throughout the day into at least 3 meals, if not 4, 5, 6 eating sessions, so that each chunk of calories is small enough to avoid eliciting an insulin release response from your body so that you can use stored fat as fuel instead of a great big amount of calories at one shot. So if you know how many calories you need, spread them out throughout the day in 3 meals, 3 snacks, equally spread every 2 to 4 hours that you're awake to maximize fat loss. This is John Wood from Final Results Fitness with your fitness tip of the week.
Stone's Hearing Aid Service has been helping families for generations since the 1880s. Stop in or we'll come to your home for a free hearing test and evaluation. No charge. We offer entry-level to advanced hearing aids from leading manufacturers. And we're always the lowest price. Just compare. After we select the perfect hearing aid for you, we'll even provide you with a free trial. If you don't like it, we'll replace it. Stone's Hearing Aid Service is always available and provides service the way you want it.
It's a good idea to get one good shot, and don't let Mathakin get a look at the other end.
They're down to 6 seconds. Davis up, mid-range jumper, no. Casper gonna heave it 3/4 court. Oh! Oh my goodness! Brendan Casper with a 70-footer at the buzzer, and that ignites this crowd. Don't go away. We'll be back. Welcome back to Plymouth Whitemarsh High School, round 2 of the state playoff. You win 4 games and you're a state champion. We're waiting for the starting lineups of Pope John Paul II out of Royersford. The Golden Panthers played so well in their opening round victory over a very good Bethlehem Catholic team. There is Doug Collins, the head coach of the 76ers.
Bernie, I guess he feels as though he needs some help on that 76er team, so he wants to steal some high school players.
Jamel Stinson, Alex Plate. Stinson, 25 points, 10 rebounds in the first round. Mike Chinchilli, one of those football player, role players, tough guys. Blemming, the quarterback off the football team, 53 pointers on the year, and one of my favorite players, Brent Mahoney, 6'5", quick as a cat, and Tom, he dunks.
Well, Bernie, they're going to need big games out of their big three tonight. Blemming, Mahoney, as well as Jamel Stinson, in order to counteract this athletic and huge front line of the Patriots of Archbishop Carroll.
Archbishop Carroll out of Radnor, PA. They compete in what is arguably the best league in the country. Nick Jones, number 25'11", sophomore guard. They are young, but they are big. Number 24, Derek Jones, 6'6", sophomore, jumps out of the building. Number 44, Ernest Aflakpoy, 6'9", sophomore center. Number 1, Joe Mastardi, 6'1", junior guard. And number 10, Yosef Yaakov, 6-foot senior point guard, the orchestrator of this high-powered offense.
Right, he's the key part of their program, according to Coach Romanchik, as far as organizing the offense, setting up defenses, and just leading the way. There's tonight's game officials, all from the York, Pennsylvania area, from what we understand. Scott Long, John Eister, and Gordy Kaufman.
Just down the street, there's a hardware store with great tools, products,
and expert advice.
We've got everything you need because we know the community
and we know our customers.
So next time you have a home improvement project,
drop by
your local True Value hardware store. True Value.
Start right.
Start here.
Your True Value expert is A.D. Moyer in Gilbertsville and Pottstown. On the web at admoyer.com.
I want a professional heating company with heating and cooling service plans.
A company that considers my needs.
I want the security of price protection plans.
Along with 24-hour emergency service and heating oil delivery.
I want comfort.
I want Ollard Brothers.
Ollard Brothers, still family and still local. Ask about our America-friendly and environment-friendly agri-fuels, bioheat, and biodiesel.
When it comes to heating
and the environment,
there's only one choice.
Thanks, Ollard Brothers.
Hey, welcome back, everyone. Ready to start round 2 of boys AAA state playoff. It is an elimination game. You lose, you're done. You win, you're playing with a chance at a state title in 3 games. And right off the bat, Archbishop Carroll, number 20, Nick Jones, with a deuce off the window. They're going to go with a press right away, Tom.
Yeah, full court, man-to-man press. They may try to turn, run, and jump a little bit. For the most part, it'll be straight man, but they are reputed for being one of the most outstanding defensive teams in the high school ranks among all Philadelphia area high schools.
Aflakpoy will draw the assignment on Stinson. We get a turnover. It'll be Patriot basketball.
Well, that was a good job by Joe Mastardi for the Patriots, just pressuring the ball out front, creating the 5-second call, and the officials right on that. Carroll looking to get off to a good start here to begin the game.
Trying to post up number 44, who's all of 6'9", only a sophomore. Stinson, who's going to have his hands full. Down on the low block. Slamma-jamma. Derek Jones on the putback dunk.
Well, that's one thing Coach Flanagan was concerned about. He says not only their size, because Bethlehem Catholic had a 6'11" center, but their big people, Bernie, are very athletic and jump extremely well.
And they are aware of PJP's outside shooting prowess. Off the mark. Number 31, Plate, ahead, on the move, and down it goes. Jones. A look at the slam dunk.
All right, now watch Jones come out from the weak side. You see Mahoney looking to box him out, but actually Mahoney went over too far to look for the block, and that cleared the way for Jones with the two-hand follow-up slam. And Carroll is off to a great start, and their quickness right now, Bernie, is evident that they're going to have that advantage.
They opened a lot of eyes around the state as an opportunistic rebound by a Flackboy.
I think Coach Flanagan needs a quick tee real soon.
8-0 early on. Pope John Paul. A lot of poise in their eyes. This team has been in the warm waters before. They play a tough schedule. Final Four 3 years in a row under Coach Flanagan. Coach Flanagan, formerly the head coach at Kennedy Kenrick, who combined with St. Pius of Pottstown to form the new high school in Royersford, Pope John Paul II 3 years ago.
Okay, let's look at another angle there. You see Akapoy, he shoots it a little strong. Mahoney went up for some reason and get the block, and that just cleared the way. And Jones, he must have hung in the air, Bernie, for at least 2 seconds.
Yeah, he was elevation.
It's important in these playoff games, Bernie, to try to weather any early storms that, which is Pope John Paul now is faced with. Get on the scoreboard as soon as you can.
We are at the home of the Colonials of Plymouth Whitemarsh, state champions of about 2-3 years ago. Members of the Suburban 1 Conference with the very good Norristown team. There's a dribble drive inside by PJP, Mike Chinchilli.
Yeah, Bernie, speaking of PW's gym here, I have a lot of history here. Coached a lot of games in this gym.
Stinson inside. Bothered just enough off the mark. Here come the white shirts in transition. Back over, crossover, Jacob can't get it. Stinson alertly comes up with the ball.
Good play there by Mahoney to save it into Stinson.
PJP knocked off a very good Glen Mills team in district play. They knocked off a very well-respected Berks Catholic team. Or, I'm sorry, Bethlehem Catholic team. And they have opened the eyes of some people around despite a mid-season lull. They were 6-0 out of the gate in the Pac-10, lost 4 in a row, but Tom, they've been picking up steam ever since.
Yeah, once the playoffs hit, Bernie, they lost a tough game in the final Pac-10 Final Four to PV, but have been on fire since, and they got a very formidable opponent here, and they're having difficulty penetrating that ball. And watch the 3-second.
Pope John Paul's future bodes very well with an excellent JV team. Inside, Mahoney swatted away. Nice play by Jones. Here come the Patriots down the boulevard. They're going to call an offensive foul on Jacob.
Well, Paul Romanchik mentioned to us, Bernie. I'll be back. Let's watch the block. Now, here's Mahoney. Comes to a nice jump stop, but now he keeps his feet. Now, look at Jones. Keeps his feet, does not use his body. Coach Romanchik mentioned to us before the game, Bernie, the best shot blocker, especially as a young guy, that he's ever coached.
Coach Romanchik, a graduate of Archbishop Carroll and also the captain of University of Penn.
Under Fran Duffy, he was an outstanding college basketball and high school basketball player, and has proven to be an outstanding high school basketball coach as well.
Now in his 10th season, they played Newman-Goretti in their league semifinal, lost. Newman-Goretti, one of the top teams in the country. Nice bracketology, though, Tom, you're a bracketologist. Newman-Goretti, Allentown Central Catholic in the opposite bracket.
Yeah, and that's going to make all the teams in this Eastern bracket happy, Bernie, because if they face either of those opponents, it won't be to the state championship in Penn State or Hershey this year.
And a lot of people thought Berks Catholic might get to that game, but the team you're looking at in white, Archbishop Carroll, disposed of them early on. A Flackboy lays it in softly. 10-0.
Well, he sealed Stinson very well on his back, and looks like a charge there. Yep.
Oh, they're going to, offensive foul. Mahoney very good at taking the ball to the rack, but clearly the defender's feet were planted.
You know, we're blocked out a little bit by this scoreboard, Bernie, but it's 10-0, and that's a great start if you're Carroll. And Pope John Paul's just struggling to get the ball to the basket. outstanding defense employed by the Patriots.
We have a full house here. It is hot and loud. A gym with a lot of history. Down the lane, inside, can't get it. Stinson with a nice rebound. Jamel Stinson, 25 points, 10 rebounds in round one of the States. Played so well despite guarding the 6'11 player. Stinson front iron, a flack boy, hauls in the miss.
Carroll really moves their feet well defensively, Bernie. And again, they don't reach in, they slide their feet, they beat the offensive player to the spot that he's looking to go to, and then they just shut him down.
A flack boy down low, tries to get his own rebound. Battle for the basketball, Mahoney saves it. Alertly to Stinson.
Carroll is getting the ball delivered to the post very, very easily.
Well, there are coaches in the area who said that Carroll was the best defensive team in the Philadelphia Catholic League, and thus far that looks to be true.
Well, and that's saying something because the Catholic League is known for their defense.
Stinson guarded by the 6'9", a flack boy. Takes him, low reverse shot. Beautiful move by Jamel Stinson.
Yeah, that was a nice reverse layup. He used actually the rim and the backboard to protect himself and shield the defender from blocking that shot. And you're going to have to do that because Carroll has that shot blocking mentality.
Wide open look for three. Mastardi nails it.
Well, that's what Coach Flanagan mentioned to me. He said, Tom, you know, you can double down on them inside, but he said they had some snipers from the perimeter as well.
Stinson goes baseline, gives it up. Plate with the wide open look and buries it for Trey.
Okay, a minute and a half to go here in the first period, Bernie. Let's see if Pope John Paul can come up with a couple stops and cut into that deficit and have a little confidence going to the bench between periods.
Down on the low block to Jones, ball fake, got it.
Well, Bernie, he gathered himself extremely well, got his body under control, little head and shoulder fake, set himself, and with his size, that was a chippy.
15-5 on our Good Shots photography at popupgood.com scoreboard. Nice to see Bruce Good here, and what a tremendous job he does with the photos on that website, popupgood.com. Baseline J by Mahoney, doesn't get it. Good student representation here by Pope John Paul and Archbishop Carroll. Wide open look again for Mastardi, buries it.
Well, they're going to have to look to locate him at that three-point line, Bernie, but when you have that strength inside, it's tough. What do you stop, the three ball or the easy post up?
Stolen by Mastardi, coast to coast, twisting and turning. He's fouled, he'll go to the stripe.
Well, the first period, Bernie, has been the Archbishop Carroll defense just denying any penetration to the basket by the Pope John Paul II Panthers and their inside game. But now here, Mastardi, number one, is just drained 2 threes, and he's going to the line. He could have possibly could have had an 8-point swing right there.
Well, we saw foul line woes on PCTV Network the other night with York William Penn, and Methacton took advantage of it, coming back from an 18-point deficit. So, yeah, you can bury the three, but you're going to have to hit him from the stripe also. 1 out of 2 for Mastardi. 21 seconds and counting. Quarter number 1 state playoff. Mahoney to the rack. No. Stinson with a rebound. Yes!
They needed that. It was a big bucket. Now let's see if they could just get a stop here in the final 10 seconds on defense.
Jones showing excellent quickness. Rejected by Jamel Stinson.
3 seconds here, Bernie. Do you sense an alley-oop pass to one of the big guys?
Well, I think Pope John Paul's too smart for that.
Of course, the one big guy is out, so.
They're going to take a 3-bomb at the buzzer. It's up, and it's good! Oh, my! Sorrentino nails the tray at the buzzer. We're going to take a break. We'll take one more look at the block by Stinson.
All right, nice block right here by Stinson. Ball's kicked out of bounds. Only 3 seconds on the clock. That allows you a pass in, a turn, a dribble, and we'll be right back. 19-7, Archbishop Carroll.
Meet Joe Can Do That. Joe Can Do That can fix anything. He can fix your car. He can fix your vacuum cleaner. He can even fix your electrical problems. But do you really want him to? Call Gehringer Mechanical today for all your electrical needs. Joe Can Do That does.
Hey, welcome back everyone to the PCTV Network. You can watch all these games streaming online at ThePCTVNetwork.com. Also, a lot of our games on demand. Here with former Pius and Norristown coach Tom McGee. Tom, you're used to the waters of the Suburban One, this area, and Archbishop Carroll, you know, from the point guard position, Jacobs as quick as we've seen of a point guard all year.
I agree, Bernie, and again, and he creates havoc defensively as you see him out there. That's a rare time where he reached in, but absolutely maybe the quickest point guard that we have seen all year.
Jamel Stinson, deuce, and the damage off the Mahoney miss.
I've been impressed with Jamel Stinson ever since last year when I saw him for the first time, and you know, he's a lot stronger this year. He's relentless. He has no fear whatsoever. Whether they're 6'6", 6'9", he's going to battle. And he's come to play tonight, no question about it.
Also a terrific football player. He has got a major decision to make. What is he going to play in college football or basketball? We are told he may try out for baseball.
Yeah, a pitcher.
He's got quite an arm from what I understand. Baseline take inside, no good by Copeland. Here come the blue shirts of the Golden Panthers of Pope John Paul II.
And they're interchanging. They're switching a lot on defense. And you had number 15, I believe it was, for Carroll. I'll get his name there in a second.
Copeland.
Okay. He was guarding Mahoney.
Strong take inside, no good by Jones. We're going the other way. It'll be Panther basketball. Substitution. We see the hero of the first round game, Nick Domino, number 3, into the game.
Now, Flackboy, the 6'9" player for Carroll, is on the bench. They replaced him with number 15. They're going smaller, but they're even quicker with this lineup.
Tim Tadros, outstanding wide receiver off that football team, into the game, brings that immediate athleticism along with his 6'4" height. We're going the other way. It's a turnover. It'll be Patriot basketball.
And that was a product of the pressure defense on the ball, forced Tadros to make that ill-advised pass, trying to hit Stinson down low, who was not set on the block.
On the bracketology, the winner of this game will play the winner of Greater Johnstown versus Chartiers Valley. Chartiers Valley, the number 2 seed out of District 7, Pittsburgh, owning a 22-4 record, traveling violation against Archbishop Carroll.
Yeah, Bernie, as we're going to come to a break right here, we'll be right back after this timeout.
If you've been injured at work, if you've been injured in a car accident, you're having problems with your neck, your low back, you're having migraine headaches. If you're suffering, you need to see us first. We can help.
Yeah, as you mentioned, Bernie, before the timeout, the winner of this game will definitely have to travel some for the third round, because you're going to have two basically Western teams as there would be one of their opponents. So it's going to be a neutral site, at least the State College, Pennsylvania, or Harrisburg. That's a central part of the state.
And your thoughts on the state title game has been, people have gotten accustomed to Penn State will be at the Giant Center in Hershey.
Well, Bernie, you know what? As much as I love Penn State, I think that's where all the state tournaments should be, in Hershey, the finals. I really do.
Stinson inside, cannot convert. Battle for the basketball. Pope John Paul alertly comes up with it. Downtown for Pope John Paul, Nick Domino, the star of the first round of state playoff.
Right, as we mentioned in pregame, Bernie came off the bench against Bethlehem Catholic and basically took the game away from them with made threes and free throws.
Mastardi tries to answer. They're going to call blocking foul against Carroll.
Yeah, now if Mahoney did not fall down there, there would have been no call. But once the defense player gained the advantage and Mahoney lost control of the ball, they have to call foul. That was a delayed call, but a very good one and a very heady one.
Pope John Paul student body is loud. They are into it. Their girls had a fine season. They also qualified for state. Did not win in the first round, but an excellent season as well. Boy, you talk about having a good year. In 2009, Archbishop Carroll, Tom, won the girls and boys state titles.
Right, well, didn't Carroll's win the state girls title 4A last year? They knocked Springford off in the Eastern final and went on and dominated the state championship game.
Yep, and in 2009, they brought home the double, boys and girls state titles down there in Radnor, Pennsylvania.
Must be a lot of good players in Radnor that don't go to Radnor High, Bernie.
Inside of 5 minutes till halftime. 22-12, Carroll in white on top. Gus Tellis and our crew in the truck doing a great job driving over here to Plymouth meeting, campus of Plymouth White Marsh High School.
Bernie, it almost looks like Pope John Paul's in a delay offense, but they just cannot penetrate against that defense.
Mahoney elevates to keep it alive, and they'll reset their offense. Mahoney for three. Yes!
Well, he's going to have to hit them.
Timeout on the floor. We're going to take a break. You're watching State Playoff on the PCTV Network.
I never really thought that I would go to college. I drove by the campus one day. It just felt like there was so much energy on the campus. It was the first time I had picked up a brush in probably years. And the professor, he really helped me. They chose one of my paintings to be in the 2011-2012 Art and Literature magazine. I have all these wonderful experiences. I have all the self-confidence in the world. I'm also going to be transferring to Villanova in the spring. Montgomery County Community College definitely did change my life.
Hey, welcome back, everyone. PCTVNetwork.com, where you can see all these games online. Archbishop Carroll in white, representing the Philadelphia Catholic League. Tom, 4 teams from the Philadelphia Catholic League qualified for state playoffs at the 3A level, and they're all still alive.
Yeah, but Bernie, again, it's a tough league. It's a tough league, and they get players in the city, from the city and other cities, and tough to contend with.
There's a wide open Jay. Inside off the mark is Jones. Trying to go to a Flackpoy off the window. Can't get it. Alert rebound tip by Stinson. Pope John Paul with momentum. Stinson off the glass. That ignites this crowd. 22-17 just like that.
Well, Bernie, from 22-9 to 22-17. And now you see Pope John Paul now in their 3-2 zone. And Coach Romancic kind of suspected they would see some zone.
Spot up by Jones, knocks it down for 2.
Pope John Paul, Bernie, just has to be patient, continue to probe against that defense, and not turn the ball over, and just work the clock till you get a good shot.
Domino with the take, pulls up. Open J for Stinson, back iron. Yusef Jacob, as good a point guard as we've seen thus far this year. Looked like a travel, didn't call it. Unfriendly roll, alert rebound again by Tadros, 6'4" junior.
Tough rebound too, because number 20 was right there, Nick Jones, trying to pull it apart.
Mike Chinchilli showing an excellent ability to put the rock on the deck.
They're running a double stack high offense now to try to do exactly that.
Rejected Mahoney. Jacob can't get it. Ball tipped around. Wide open look. Mahoney, they catch up with them one-on-one. They're going to call a defensive foul on Archbishop Carroll.
Yeah, now that last play, if we had it on replay, I'm talking about the one Mahoney had blocked at that end. That just showed great defensive discipline by number 24, Derek Jones, because Mahoney had a clear path to the basket, went up, protected the ball, but again, out of nowhere came Derek Jones.
James Blemming, quarterback off that football team, shortstop off that baseball team, point guard off that basketball team. What an athlete for Pope John Paul. Tadros sees it, can't connect.
You see, they're the shots they're going to have to hit. They're going to have to hit those open threes, Bernie, to stay in this game.
Yeah, there's only one other point guard, Pernell Wilson of Perk Valley, that I can compare to Nick Jones. Wide open look for Jacob.
Carroll's missing a lot of shots too, Bernie, and they're missing a lot of chippy opportunities inside because they just can't control that second or third offensive rebound. So this is an opportunity for Pope John Paul to get back in it and stay in it.
Tadros tries to go baseline, gives it up. Stinson with a good hand, keeps it alive. Coming up on the 1 minute mark. Panthers down 7. Stinson up high, bothered by a Flackboy. They're going to stay here. They call a foul.
All right, now here a couple of possessions ago. Watch Mahoney if we have it. Well, that's the most recent one. The play before that, Mahoney went in strong to the left side, but Derek Jones just was disciplined enough to just time his jump to block the shot.
Mahoney for 3. Front iron.
He wasn't set, Bernie, his feet, and he was kind of floating backwards on that release.
Coast to coast, a vapor trail is Jones. We are going to stay here. Foul against the Panthers.
Boy, their guards, Bernie, aren't they explosive? Number 20 certainly.
Jones and Jacob. They're both a nightmare.
And of course, and you got Mastardi outside the three-point threat. So when they have this three-guard lineup in, they're extremely difficult to defend.
Interesting that there are only 2 Pac-10 teams that have never captured, Pac-10 high school, that have never captured a state title, Springford and Pope John Paul. Of course, Panthers only in their 3rd year of existence, but those are the 2 teams still alive, and those Springford girls might bring it home.
Well, I hope so. I can remember a Chessmont team winning one, but not of a Pioneer Athletic Conference team.
And it's a tough road to hoe. You won a state title for St. Pius in '79, and you've got to be good. You've got to show up every night at this level.
Oh, yeah, Bernie. Well, first of all, you have to have good players, number one. Don't let anybody kid you. Unless you have some talent, you're not going to achieve that goal. You have to have a good coaching staff, and you have to have some luck.
Mahoney to the rack, can't get it. Call a reach-in foul. 29 seconds remaining in the second quarter.
But Bernie, for our viewers at home, what you're seeing here, you're not really seeing missed layups by Pope John Paul, as you are seeing the intimidating factor presented to them by the Carroll defense. They have two shot blockers, and usually at all times, and those uncontested layups, you have to change your shot, release them higher on the backboard, release them quicker, and subsequently it's going to affect your shooting percentage.
Yeah, this could be big. You want to keep it at single digits going into the locker room. Near steal. Strong take inside, can't convert, but a Flackboy gets his own rebound. Pope John Paul's going to get a shot with 1 second. No, they're not. And after one exciting half of state playoff basketball, the score 27-17, Carroll on top.
Mishak Physical Therapy and Associates specializes in fulfilling your physical therapy, chiropractic, and aquatic therapy needs in a caring, compassionate, one-on-one environment. With convenient locations in Gilbertsville, Bartow, Skippack, Phoenixville, and Limerick. Our ultimate goal is to exceed all of our patients' expectations with excellence in care and service. We offer flexible treatment times to accommodate your busy schedule, including Saturday hours. We accept most insurance plans and will work with you based on your financial need. Please call or visit our website for more information. Mishak Physical Therapy. Relieve pain, restore function, and start living again. We are here to serve you.
For over 50 years, O'Donnell, Weiss & Mattei has helped our clients resolve a wide variety of legal challenges. OWM Law provides legal representation to clients throughout southeastern Pennsylvania. Our attorneys and our highly trained support staff utilize the latest technology and resources available to satisfy the needs of our clients. O'Donnell, Weiss & Mattei, delivering the highest level of professional service, conveniently located with offices in Pottstown and Phoenixville.
Score with big savings at Saratoga Thriftway. Our large selection of food, drinks, and household items at great prices will keep you coming back. Stop by the deli and order a big party platter so you can be fully prepared for the big game. As always, our friendly staff and fast checkout will make your shopping experience quick and enjoyable. Our full-service U.S. Post Office allows you to finish all your errands in one place. Saratoga Thriftway is celebrating our 13th anniversary of serving the Tri-County area, so stop by and check us out so we can check you out.
Hey, Bob. What's got you down?
I just can't seem to find a pharmacy that's right for me.
Grab your cap. I'm taking you to Professional Pharmacy.
At Professional Pharmacy, we're open and able to fill prescriptions 365 days a year and accept most insurance plans. Our professional staff offers individualized assistance with a variety of services, and we're the largest medical equipment provider in the area.
Professional Pharmacy is awesome.
And I love your new cap.
Growing up in the Pottstown area has always been good, but now it's even better because we're bringing pediatric expertise from Lehigh Valley Health Network right here to Pottstown Memorial Medical Center. Around the clock, when you need us most. It's more peace of mind for patients, more understanding and caring for kids, all in the best place ever, your backyard. Pediatric care at PMMC with Lehigh Valley Health Network.
Second half action about to get underway. Archbishop Carroll 27, Pope John Paul II 17. It is hot and loud in this gym, and Tom, manageable, only down 10.
Yeah,
obviously a very formidable opponent.
Yeah, there's no question about that. Pope John Paul made a nice run to cut it to 5, and Carroll extended that lead back up to 10 as we start the third period here.
Open look for Mastardi, back iron, nice rebound by Jones. Wide open look for Jones, again overfires. Air ball, and the Pope John Paul fans are letting them know it.
Usually coming out of halftime, Bernie, those long distance shots, it's a lower percentage of makes. It would have benefited Carroll to look to go inside to one of their two big guys.
Pope John Paul, known for their halftime adjustments, outstanding staff around Coach Flanagan, Coach Matt Rafferty, Greg Pagliatella, Matt McGuigan, and Dan Hoff. Panther fans getting into it. Stinson gives it up.
See, Bernie, they can extend their defense because they guard the ball so well, and it's not freeing up perimeter shots for the Panthers.
Chinchilli misfires. You know, not making any excuses, but number 4, James Blemming, is clearly not 100%. He sustained an ankle injury in district playoffs.
Right, and not only the injury, Bernie, talking to Coach Romancic before the game, he was aware of Blemming's leadership and ability to shoot from the outside perimeter, so they're paying special attention to him. And again, with the injury, he might not have that first quick step for a blow-by dribble.
Jamel Stinson with an eye situation. They put some drops in it, perhaps a contact lens. These captains, seniors Brent Mahoney and Jamel Stinson, you know they got a heart of a lion. They're not going to go away easily, even though on paper they are clearly the underdog. Pope John Paul in blue.
Pope John Paul back to their man-to-man. Let's see how Carroll looks to attack it.
Down inside to the big 6'9" center. Aflakpoy makes it count.
Not much you could do with that, Bernie. They had a man in front of him, a man behind him, but when you're 6'9", going against 6'3" and 6'4". All you have to do is catch it, and he kept the ball high, just dropped it over the front of the rim.
3 sophomores in the Archbishop Carroll starting lineup, 6'9", 6'6", and then the 5'11" guard, Jones, who's quick as a cat. Fleming from downtown buries it.
Well, maybe we woke him up by our commentary, Bernie, but that was a big 3 by James Fleming.
That was a bomb. That was an NBA 3 bomb. 29-20, third quarter action. Round 2 of state playoffs. You lose, you're done.
Coach John Paul now back to the 3-2 zone.
Ball tipped away. A turnover forced by the alert Brent Mahoney.
Yeah, I think going back to that 3-2 zone, I think that surprised Carroll a little bit. They packed it in the inside and extended nice on the perimeter, got the turnover.
Congratulations, Coach Flanagan, his lovely wife Joanna. They 8 weeks ago had the birth of a baby boy. Wonder if he'll be introduced to the sport of basketball.
Well, if he's not, I'll be surprised.
They got a lot coming off the bench with Tagliatella, Peloro, Chinchilli, Vassis, and Domino. Final 4, 3 years in a row, champions of 2011. Pope John Paul II, Golden Panthers out of Royers Ford. Strong take inside, count it, Alex Plate.
Nice little left-hand release there. And they got it back to double digits, Bernie.
Single digits, 29,
single digits.
29, 22. Plate, 5'10" senior guard, also star up that soccer team. Got to feed inside to the 6'9" guy, and that's a good foul. Alex Plate with an excellent foul. It would have been a dunk. Now we're going to make him earn it from the stripe.
Yeah, no, it's a nice entry pass here. Good offensive move by the big guy, 44, but again, as Bernie Gallagher just mentioned, that's an excellent foul because you got to put him on a line to earn the 2 right now.
See if the big cat can fire from the charity stripe. Not even close. And the assistant coaches are, of course, notating all of this. You got to know who to foul in a tight one late in the 4th.
That was a little long. I look for him to adjust now, Bernie, and nail this one.
Does not get the roll.
Made the adjustment, but didn't get the roll. You're right.
Chance to cut it to 4 or 5. Exactly, could not have scripted a better beginning to the 3rd quarter. Stinson down the boulevard. No, but there's a foul. We're going to stay here. Foul against Archbishop Carroll.
Yeah, the big guy, Ernest Flackboard, did not really like that call, but I think that Stinson got his body into Ernest's torso and got the whistle.
A lot of character on this Panther team. They were down by 5 points with 5 minutes left in round 1 against Bethlehem Catholic, only to come back and win that game 59-56.
Why wasn't that foul a 2-shot foul, Bernie?
You got me. Turning and burning down the boulevard. Attempted dunk on the foul up, no good. Quick outlet, Mahoney. 2-on-1, they've got the numbers off the glass. Yes! Beautiful shot by Plate from on the dish from Mahoney. We got a timeout. 29-24.
Right, now I don't think Coach Romanchik was happy with this. Instead of securing a rebound, gathering it and going up, in one motion he tried to put it back with a dunk. He should have come back and gathered. We'll be back after these announcements.
Try not to forget that he's my whole world, not just another kid with a cough.
Explain things in terms I can understand, like I do with my customers.
At our age, we confuse rather easily.
Hey, give me some credit. I'm doing the asthma action plan and rocking a 3.5 GPA.
Patients expect more from their healthcare experience. PMSI gets that. We give you the quality, compassionate healthcare that you expect and deserve. PMSI, for life.
Hey, welcome back, everyone. 3rd quarter action. Golden Panthers reduced the deficit to 5.
Yeah, and that was the result of number 24, Derek Jones. Instead of coming down, securing the rebound, going back up and laying it in, tried to catch it and dunk and go up in one motion. Coach Romancic, I don't think was very happy with that decision.
Yeah, this senior class for Pope John Paul, they know what victory tastes like. They're Pac-10 champions of 2 years ago. That team that included Evans, Mills, and Malesio. We're going to get 2-shot foul down low, and then last year, Cotalese and Gribb. And now this year, Mahoney and Stinson, 3 tremendous senior classes in a row.
Yeah, and you know what? A coach is always blessed when he has that senior leadership with experience coming into a season. It makes him feel a little bit more secure, and he knows that their leadership and character each day at practice and during games is going to rub off on the younger players. And again, then that tradition of leadership will carry down through the years.
And Domino, the senior coming off the bench, the hero of round 1 as it drops in, with his 8 points in the fourth quarter, including 2 foul shots, basically iced the game. Bodies are flying. We're going to stay down this end.
See, one advantage Carroll has, Pope John Paul, Bernie, I don't know if they've had 2 offensive rebounds for putbacks the entire night, where Carroll's getting repetitively opportunity after opportunity with second shots.
They're going to call an offensive foul. I hate to say it, but it looked like a good call.
Well, let's see if the defensive players' feet are set. I'm a proponent for that circle that they implement in the NBA. His feet were set, but I'm looking forward to that circle that implemented the NBA in college. That way it takes pressure off the officials, and it just clarifies that call, charge or block. We'll
have to chat with Doug Collins, head coach of the Sixers, after the game about that. It was nice to talk to him before and during the game. You got to wonder who he's looking at here. Maybe have a flag boy go pro after sophomore year. There is Doug Collins, head coach of the Philadelphia 76ers, with a keen eye on this game. He was here early, and he's not leaving.
I'm sure that Coach Collins will wait for us, Bernie, to come down and do our post-game show and to wait for us to give us bits of wisdom.
Well, I tried to get an interview with him, but it was, kind of like Al Ganoza asking a girl to dance. Not right now. 3:10 and counting in the third quarter, 31-24. Wide open look for Jacob off the mark. Nice rebound by Blemming. Panthers on the run, wisely set up their half-court O. You know, Tom, it's a straight-up man, but at the 6'9", a Flackboy is hovering in that zone.
He's protecting the basket, absolutely, because he's saying to Stinson, all right, go ahead, shoot your 15-footer. That's not your strength.
Well, that doesn't count. Yes, it does. Deuce and the damage.
And that's after a timeout. If you're Pope John Paul, you're happy that you were able to convert and execute.
Brent Mahoney, Tom, take a look at it.
Good jab step there. All right, looks right to Menderow. Now he goes back as a left-hander, and there was contact. The body was moving by number 44, the Flackboy.
Mahoney 6 out of 6 from the charity stripe in the first round. And Tom, in that first round game, the victory over Bethlehem Catholic, the Golden Panthers 17 out of 22 from the line. That was the difference in the game. Down low, a Flackboy, but it's tipped around and in by Derek Jones.
That's about the 10th or 11th shot that they've had 2 or 3 opportunities to tap in. They would have a monstrous lead if most of them had converted.
Punch, counter punch here. Take, dribble, penetrate, and the dish. Mahoney thinks about it. Down the boulevard, he was fouled. We'll stay here.
Well, when you have a deficit, Bernie, it's important to drive the ball to the basket, look to make contact, get a foul, and score points when the clock stops. But they're going to have to convert the free throws because they have to convert every opportunity that they have a chance to tonight.
There he is, one of the sharp shooters in the Pac-10. He had 34 threes coming into tonight, fires over 70% from the line, and averages 14.9 points per game. 6'5" senior guard, also an outstanding left-handed baseball player.
Well, you know, he's a prototypical left-hander. 6'4", long arms, and their forms are just so pretty. Natural left-handed shooters.
Timeout on the floor. We're going to take a break as well. You're watching State Playoff on the PCTV Network.
Tired of the same old pizza shops and restaurants? Come bring the whole family for an experience unlike any other. Where else can the kids sail on one of 2 pirate ships and play with SpongeBob or Elmo in our 6,000 square foot family fun center while enjoying the area's best pizza, pasta, cheesesteaks, hoagies, salads, and much more from our huge menu? We pride ourselves in making everything from scratch and using only the finest ingredients. Book your birthday party or rent our banquet room that seats up to 50 people. Come try the boardwalk, where we bring the beach to Pottstown.
Welcome back, and shout out to Boardwalk Pizza, one of our sponsors. That last graphic, 10% of your bill at Boardwalk Pizza gets donated back to your high school. A lot of local teams are having their postseason team parties there.
Well, that's a good idea, Bernie, and it's very generous of Boardwalk Pizza to make that nice contribution back to the local school districts.
Coming down this inside of 2 minutes, end of the third quarter. Pope John Paul II only down 5.
And now showing Bernie a 2-3 zone that they're extending. It's almost like a tandem type set.
They're going to work the big 6'9" guy, a Flackpoy. Alert. Saved by Mastardi. Mastardi, a long-range sniper. Alley-oop inside, tipped away. Pope John Paul, chance to cut it to 3 or 4.
Well, they force-fed that. Carroll did, and bang, here it goes. Oh.
Plate long, but Mahoney with the monster slam dunk.
That's a highlight reel, if there ever was one, Bernie. 3-point deficit now.
A Flackpoy inside, offensive foul. Momentum has entirely switched. Tom, a look at the monster
there's
slam.
The air ball. He overshot the basket, but Mahoney, Johnny on the spot right there in one svelte motion up with a 2-hand slam. The other end, number 44, Africa-Poy with his 3 fouls. Here's another angle of that from the strokes. There's Mahoney coming in, untouched, not boxed out at all. And, you know, he made a statement right there saying, we're still in this game.
And there you can see Bruce Good of Good Shots Photography. Go to popupgood.com, sponsor of our scoreboard. And I honestly mean this. His website, there's a story told for each game. You can go back to any sport, open up that page on the website, and he must have at least 30, 40, 50 shots. There we are, up here with an excellent vantage point at Plymouth White Marsh High School. And it's hot and loud, and momentum has switched, Tom.
Well, it has for the moment. Now we're going to see what Carroll does. And again, Pope John Paul, that last 3 possessions, they were man, 3-2 zone, and 2-3 zone. So they've been switching up their defense. Carroll's trying to force feed it now inside, and Pope John Paul's doing everything they can to try to make it difficult for them to convert those inside opportunities.
Yeah, again, Pope John Paul 6-0 out of the gates in the Pac-10 this year, then 0-4, and then right around, on the road, back-to-back wins at Pottstown and Phoenixville. That's where this team gained a new sense of confidence.
Yeah, they regained their momentum, which carried them to the Final Four and carried them into the state tournament, district and state tournament.
Chance to tie it or get within 1. Stolen away by Mastardi.
Yeah, we'll see number 15 that time. He over-penetrated Chinchilli, and they read the passing lane really well.
Give inside to Jones off the window.
That's good coaching there, saying, look, why play around from the perimeter? Our strength is inside. This is where we can take advantage of Pope John Paul's lack of size and exploit it.
A Flackpoy, the 6'9" player, getting a rest at the end of the third quarter.
Pope John Paul might want to think about taking the last shot here going into the fourth quarter.
Down the boulevard, Chinchilli, no.
Carroll's got plenty of time now, Bernie, to just take that momentum right away from the Panthers.
Archbishop Carroll ranked in the top 5 in the state in white. Downtown is Mastardi off the mark. That'll give plenty of time for a look for Pope John Paul. 3 seconds, 2, 1, up, no good. That would have been enormous. An exciting third quarter. We're going to take a break. You're watching PIAA State Playoffs on the PCTV Network.
Meet Dan and his dog Bongo. They started their own dog biscuit company, but Dan wanted more. So Dan worked with Fast Signs. They created a plan to attract more customers, get more business, wag more tails. Still, Dan wanted more, and Fast Signs provided more. Fast Signs help with digital displays, mobile marketing, merchandising, fleet graphics, and more. Now Dan has more sales, more locations, more of the good life. And more is exactly what Fast Signs delivers. More than fast, more than signs, more than 530 locations worldwide.
Welcome back to the PCTVNetwork.com. Tom McGee, former St. Pius and Norristown coach. I'm Bernie Gallagher. Gus Tellis, our entire crew, doing a terrific job in the truck. Tom, the 4A level, a big buzz before the game, talking about Chester. Can anyone, I got to see them play last week, can anyone beat Chester at the 4A level?
Well, you know, it's unfortunate for the rest of this state playoff teams that Chester's in it. Lower Merion and Chester, I think, Lower Merion is a step above the competition. Chester's maybe 3 steps above. You got Norristown High playing really well now. You got St. Joe Prep, Coatesville, but you've got that monster Chester that they play with so much confidence and they're so talented and deep that I don't see anybody beating them, Bernie.
Chinchilli to the rack, swatted away. Swatted back, Mahoney lays back a floater, can't get it. Stinson battling hard inside. Looking to push his Jones so quick, gives it up to Jacob, who makes it count.
Yeah, back-to-back buckets by Carroll since the Panthers cut the deficit to 3. So it's now back to a 7-point game. And look, John Paul's running there. Kind of motion, lateral handoff.
Stoppage of play, foul against Carroll. Carroll located in Radnor, PA, Archdiocese of Philadelphia, about 1,000 students, co-ed, operated by the Sisters of St. Joseph's and the Immaculate Heart of Mary.
Well, I have a sister who's an Immaculate Heart of Mary nun and who's got a lot of friends there at Carroll.
Beautiful campus on the main line. Mahoney in down the boulevard, rejected by Jones.
Let's see if Carroll changed any strategy right now. They could take time off the clock by Pope John Paul's in this 3-2 zone. They don't really have to fire quick.
Downtown is Jacob, can't convert. Jones inside, bothered in by Stinson. Looked like a clean block. All ball, they're going to call a foul. Tom, a look at the block at the other end.
Right, now you see Mahoney going in, but look at Jones. And Coach was right, and you know, all the his shot blocking ability, number 24, is outstanding. That's Derek Jones now shooting 2 at the free throw line. I'd go into the big guys right now if I'm Carroll. 7-point lead, 6-7 to go, 6:50 to go, 5:50, whatever it is, Bernie. They don't have to shoot outside shots.
At what point do you bring the big 6'9", a Flackboy, back in the game?
Well, he's got 3 fouls right now. You know what? You want to save him right now. You got that 7, maybe 8-point lead if Jones can sink this free throw. You know, you got control of the game because Derek Jones is getting all the rebounds.
Yeah, Jones and a Flackboy both had 4 fouls in the third quarter against Berks Catholic, and they were lucky to win that game. Timeout on the floor. We're going to take a break as well. 38.
I want a professional heating company with heating and cooling service plans.
A company that considers my needs.
I want the security of price protection plans.
Along with 24-hour emergency service and heating oil delivery.
I want comfort.
I want Ohlert Brothers.
Ohlert Brothers, still family and still local. Ask about our America-friendly and environment-friendly agri-fuels, bioheat, and biodiesel.
When it comes to heating
and the environment,
there's only one choice.
Thanks, Ohlert Brothers.
We're back. Golden Panthers to Pope John Paul II with the rock. Down 8. Less than 7 minutes remaining in the state playoff basketball game. There's another turnover. Tom, we're seeing some tweaking.
Well, yeah. Coach Romantic, after that made free throw, went to what we call a run and jump defense. Disguise a man-to-man, but you run the weak side. When he turns his back, you run the weak side defender at him and trap. Just cost a timeout and a turnover.
Oh, pretty move inside by Josef Jacob, 6-foot senior point guard. Tom, with 3 sophomores in Carroll's lineup, how bright is their future?
Well, I think it's very bright, especially since you have both guards as well as big men.
Jones with a rejection. Looking to run. Carroll twisting and turning so quick. Wide open look for Sorrentino, and he drains it. Tom, a look at the rejection.
Yeah, now watch Jones. He times it beautifully, and he does not force his body into the offensive player, and he controls the rebound. And we'll be back right after this.
Just down the street, there's a hardware store with great tools, products,
and expert advice.
We've got everything you need.
Because we know the community.
And we know our customers.
So next time you have a home improvement project,
Drop by
your local True Value hardware store. True Value.
Start right.
Start here.
Your True Value expert is A.D. Moyer in Gilbertsville and Pottstown. On the web at admoyer.com.
Welcome back. A little over 6 minutes remaining. 43-30, Carroll in white, Pope John Paul in blue. State elimination game. 4 wins will get you state title. Tom, you look at these brackets again. Pope John Paul and Carroll are in the western bracket. In the other bracket, Imhotep, Allentown Central Catholic, and Newman Gretty considered by many the top 3 teams in the state.
Right. Well, it's just the way they're all predetermined by district seeds, and if you're Carroll, and the way it looks, they might be able to survive this game. You're happy you don't have to face that nemesis again, unless you face them at Hershey.
Chinchilli off the mark, but good job by Tadros. Tim Tadros has made his presence felt in the minutes today.
Yeah. Now, Bernie, with under 6 minutes remaining in the game, it's going to be tough for Pope John Paul because in order to get back in the game, you've got to get easy baskets, either offensive boards, which they have not gotten all night, or steals. And with the quickness of the guards that Carroll have and their inside strength, it's going to be a monumental task. Pope John Paul's almost going to have to score every possession.
Jacob stolen away by Mahoney. On the run, looking to go coast to coast. Mahoney guarded tightly by Jones. Gives it up. Down on the low block to Stinson, throws it up, draws the foul. He'll go to the charity stripe.
That might be 3 or 4 on number 24, Derek Jones. That's his third, I believe.
Now with 3 fouls, I'm about ready to bring the 6'9" cat back.
Wait a minute. Now the scoreboard, that's his first foul. Bernie, I know he has more than 1 foul.
Yeah, we have had scoreboard problems. The scoreboard was out during the entire halftime. We had a delayed start to the second half. By the way, we'd be remiss without congratulating the Pac-10 wrestlers. 5 Pac-10 wrestlers brought home medals from Hershey. Jordan Wood from Boyertown, the freshman, with a silver. Methacton's green, and then Galata, Frank, and Bolick from O&J, making us Pac-10 proud.
Well, I know it was a very exciting year in wrestling in the Pac-10. O&J Roberts winning the, I think, the district dual tournament.
Yep, O&J repeated as district champ, three-peated as Pac-10 champ. Well, these are critical minutes here, 43-31.
Right, now Bernie, and they have to hit free throws, and that clock stopped, and you have a 10, 12-point deficit. If they're facing a 12-point deficit right now, you're going to have to take advantage of those chances. And I'm going to look for Carroll to be a little bit more patient, not as quick on the trigger to shoot that 3 ball.
Pope John Paul very proficient in the foul shooting in the first round of state. 17 out of 22, that decided the game. And I think you're right. Coach Romanzik has been to the dance before and tipped away. Good steal by the Pope John Paul defense. Mahoney takes it to the rack, high off the glass, yes.
Yeah, they've been a little sloppy, their guard play. Jacob and
oh my, pretty move, but can't convert. Jones inside, draws the foul, he'll go to the stripe. Tom, another look at Mahoney.
Watch the burst of speed and the long stride and how he just protects himself by that backboard and lays it up smooth. That's a big-time drive right there.
You give me that kid on campus in the weight room for a year, get him solidified, he will be a major contributor to a college program, in my humble opinion.
Here's the other angle. Now, you see how he protects that ball, holds it tough. He's tough to the basket. So I'm saying you got to be tough on those drives to the hoop. Mahoney.
Yeah, he's a bit of an anomaly. He's hard to the rack, and he can also drain the three.
Yeah, I think his last year, for the most part, that was his prowess, the three ball. This year, he's taking the ball to the rack.
Steal by Jacob. He's fouled. Good foul. Again, Blemming showing the heart of a lion. He is clearly about 60 to 70%. Quarterback off the football team, shortstop off the baseball team, point guard off the basketball team. Injured his ankle in district playoff, and he is hobbling.
Yeah, what a leader, though. When you play those three positions in three different sports, Bernie, you're talking about a position of leadership, and you have to have a special quality as a young man, and James Blemming certainly possesses that quality.
Yeah, and he wasn't just a quarterback. It was air raid Santillo with wide receivers like Tadros and Stinson.
Nice backdoor cut.
Speaking of Stinson, on the back door, draws the foul, who go to the line.
Now watch Stinson here if you see it. Nice backdoor cut behind number 20. He does a great job of head ball faking, draw to contact, and outstanding basketball play. Actually, a thing of beauty when you see a pretty backdoor cut. If he missed the last free throw, Bernie's got to make these.
Measures but can't connect on the first.
Two possessions where they stop the clock and coming up a little short at the free throw line. Let's hope he makes this one.
There is one remaining boys team alive, and you're looking at them in blue. If they lose tonight, the Pac-10 boys will be done. Drains the second one. One remaining girls team. Again, good luck to the Springford girls, ranked #1 in the state, number 40 in the country.
Yeah, hopefully they're winning as we're doing this game.
Carroll content to slow it down a little bit. Oh, that looked like a travel. Oh my. Tough call. Coach Flanagan not happy. Timeout on the floor by Archbishop Carroll. Coach, you make the call.
Okay, now let's watch his pivot foot. Pivot foot is the right foot. That did not move. The left foot slid, but not the right foot. Good call. Good non-call by the official. It only matters if the pivot foot.
Hey, take a look at our screen, our crew that we never take for granted. Gus Tallis calling the shots in the truck as the crowd gets into it. The lovely Marilyn Miller, our assistant director. The ubiquitous Dave Oxenford on camera 1.
Whatever that word means, Bernie, he is ubiquitous.
The omnipresent Matt Wagner.
I know what that means.
Phoenixville's #1 man, Tom Ramsey on camera 3.
Going to be a soon-to-be grandfather again, Bernie, Mr. Ramsey.
Wow. Jesse Urkel, in charge of graphics, doing a terrific job.
And there we are, Bernie. Well, needless to say, Bernie, with the score 44-34, Pope John Paul's got to capitalize just nearly every possession here in the last 3:40. Carroll's got to just take care of the ball.
Nice look inside on the dribble drive, and there to clean it up is Derek Jones.
Well, there's nothing you can do about that. A nice give and go, missed layup, but he's there, as you said, to clean it up.
Clearly the team in white, the prohibitive favorite coming in. Stinson rejected, looked like he was fouled. Jones playing the defense as Jones at the other end going to get called for stepping out.
Yeah, Paul Romancic. Now here's Stinson getting the ball, taking the ball to the basket. That's incidental contact. He might have got hit a little bit on the right forearm, but unless there's body contact, referees will let that go most of the time.
Downtown from Mahoney, off the mark. Alert rebound by Mastardi. inside of 3 minutes. What a career it has been, win or lose, for Brent Mahoney and Jamel Stinson, senior captains for Pope John Paul. Nice look inside by Jones.
No taking the air out of the ball for Carroll's guards, is it, Bernie? They're taking it, but strong to the hoop, even with a big lead in the last 2.5 minutes.
And conspicuous by his absence, Flackboy, the 6'9" player. Perhaps he's bumped or injured, we don't know about.
But Mahoney got nailed that time by Stinson going for that loose ball, or floorboard, whatever you want to call it.
Nick Domino, also an outstanding member of that senior class, along with Alex Plate. Pope John Paul's JV team, very good. That bodes very well for the future. You got to believe they'll be in the Final Four again in that small school frontier division. They may have a tough Perk Valley team to contend with. Perk Valley loaded for next year.
All right, now let's watch this again. See Stinson coming out hard for the ball, and he gets an inadvertent elbow, certainly to his own teammate, Brent Mahoney. But Mahoney was shook up, and even up at this end, defensive end, he's still rubbing the bridge of his nose.
This game will be shown Wednesday night and thereafter about 8 to 10 times. Check out our program schedule on the web. Nice look inside by Domino. Lots of exciting shows on this week. You can see the Pottstown Home Show, the Nari BIE Home Show, the 60s, 70s dance party. I love that.
Yeah, Bernie, you should know a couple of those dances.
That's right. Give me the knee brace and the Advil, and I'm there.
Good.
Little Geritol, I'm good. Well, Archbishop Carroll's probably going to have to travel a little bit. You alluded to the travel issue later. There are actually criteria for travel now on the PIAA website. The availability of the gym, is it big enough? Can it host 2 games? Where is it geographically located? And is it contiguous? And you know, of course, what contiguous means.
Oh, absolutely, Bernie. You might even know that word.
I even knew that word. Sharing borders. So either way, they're going to probably have to travel, being in the western bracket. Again, the East with the top 3 teams in Imhotep, now up from AA, former state champion. Allentown Central Catholic is a very good Division I guard. And, of course, one of the top teams in the country, Newman Goretti.
Wait, let me tell you something. We have that on tape. Jamel Stinson just leveled, and a very legal pick on number 10, Yosef Yaakov. I mean, he nailed him. Right outside the top of the circle. What a screen.
Well, the state champions of 2009, Archbishop Carroll, with 3 sophomores in their lineup, appear to be on the road to Hershey. It'll take 3 more wins after this to win a state title. The Eastern Final would be 1 week from tonight, and then, of course, the following weekend, the state championships. 8 state titles decided at the Giant Center in Hershey, Pennsylvania.
And, you know, that's a wonderful venue. Let's hope PCTV gets to go up there for, I guess, the only opportunity, PCTV Network, Bernie, the only opportunity would be if the Spring Ford girls continue to advance. Yeah, now watch the screen if we can see this. Watch number right there. Oh, he just ran into a brick wall, Jamel Stinson, whose feet were set, perfectly legal. And he'll feel that tomorrow morning when he gets up.
Hey, welcome back, everyone. Boy, you got to love the Archbishop Carroll huddle. They have a priest doing statistics.
Well, he's got to earn that money, Bernie. Bob's got to earn that money. Bernie, you know, Pope John Paul has played a valiant game. There's no question that they would have had to play almost a perfect game to beat this good Carroll team. But you have to give them credit. They played hard, as they always do under Coach Flanagan. He's done a wonderful job there at the school in the 2 years of their history, and good things are going to continue to happen for Coach Flanagan, the Panthers, and Pope John Paul II High School.
Yep, you go all the way back to Bishop Kenrick, where Coach Flanagan played. And then, of course, Archbishop Kennedy, and even in Conshohocken, St. Matthews.
Right. Well, you know who else played at Bishop Kenrick High School in Norristown in 1964 and 65?
Phil Martelli.
Yours truly.
Oh, okay.
Yours truly.
All right. Back in the day.
No, I didn't play much. I was very familiar with the pine, the hardwood.
Well, a lot of history in the namesake of these two high schools. Of course, John Carroll, Archbishop Carroll, the mentor and spiritual advisor for George Washington. Pretty important guy. And of course, the namesake of Pope John Paul may change in the next year or two to St. John Paul II. 47 seconds remain. Nice looking shot inside by Mike Chinchilli. Tagliatella, Peloro, Vassis, Chinchilli, important contributors. Slamma jamma by Jones. And that ignites the student body of Archbishop Carroll.
All right now you don't want any fouls or any rough play. The game's been decided. Just what Carroll should do is just run the clock out.
And again, the winner of this game will play the #1 seed from District 6,
right, now this
Greater
was set
Johnstown.
up here,
Here's the dunk.
Again, he could have laid it over the rim, but I guess as a sophomore, a little
I'm
flamboyant.
taking that. I like the field goal percentage when you got iron in both hands after the shot.
And here come the substitutes in for Carroll.
And Pope John Paul, a strong bench all year. Like to give acknowledgement to some of those guys. Guys like Rosario Peloro, James McEwen. There's a familiar Pius name. Matt Mazzaros, another familiar Pius name. Sean Rafferty. And of course the outstanding staff that Coach Flanagan has assembled. So again, this will eliminate the boys from the Pac-10. The only remaining team will be the Springford girls, ranked #1 in the state and number 40 in the country.
Bernie, it's very difficult once you get into state level play to advance. It really says, it doesn't really say anything detrimental pertaining to the Pac-10 as a league. It's just very, very difficult. Talent you need a little bit of luck, and you have to be on the top of your game.
Well, Carroll is as advertised. You thought on the way down that they were the prohibitive favorite. And here are mass substitutions, and the crowd showing their appreciation, not just for tonight's effort, but seniors especially, those two captains, Jamel Stinson and Brent Mahoney, tremendous careers in the third year of a high school in existence.
I echo your sentiments 100%, Bernie.
Making us proud, and they've got the championship jacket from 3 years ago in their closet at home. So
championship that no one can ever take away from them.
Yep. Inside of 10 seconds, Archbishop Carroll again will play the winner of Chartiers Valley. It's good 22-4 team out of District 7 and Greater Johnstown. That'll do it. Archbishop Carroll 57. Pope John Paul II 40. Don't go away. Tom and I will be down on the court to wrap this baby up.
Mishak Physical Therapy and Associates specializes in fulfilling your physical therapy, chiropractic, and aquatic therapy needs in a caring, compassionate, one-on-one environment. With convenient locations in Gilbertsville, Bartow, Skippack, Phoenixville, and Limerick. Our ultimate goal is to exceed all of our patients' expectations with excellence in care and service. We offer flexible treatment times to accommodate your busy schedule, including Saturday hours. We accept most insurance plans and will work with you based on your financial need. Please call or visit our website for more information. Mishak Physical Therapy. Relieve pain, restore function, and start living again. We are here to serve you.
Limerick Bowl is the area's ultimate family entertainment center. Your league bowling headquarters for all ages and all abilities. Come in anytime and enjoy daily specials or experience our weekend glow bowling. Celebrate your next birthday at Limerick Bowl with the area's most affordable party packages. Now including our newly renovated Family Fun Arcade. Limerick Bowl on West Ridge Pike. Get more information about upcoming leagues, tournaments, and open bowling specials online at limerickbowl.com.
It's a good idea to get one good shot, and don't let Mathakin get a look at the other end.
They're down to 6 seconds. Davis up, mid-range jumper, no. Casper gonna heave it three-quarter court. Oh! Oh my goodness! Brendan Casper with a 70-footer at the buzzer, and that ignites this crowd. Don't go away. We'll be back. Hey, welcome back, everyone. State playoff basketball. I'm here with Coach Tom McGee. Break it down. We look at the winning side of the ledger. Archbishop Carroll out of Radnor, one of the top 5 teams in the state, boys AAA. They were up 10 at halftime. Pope John Paul came out with a furious effort in midway through that third quarter, narrowed it to 33-30, but the turning point of this basketball game, points in the paint tied into it. Too many weapons down low for Carroll.
Right, their size down low, especially Derek Jones with his shot blocking, put-back ability. Again, you know, they're a well-balanced team, Bernie. They have perimeter shooting, they have quick penetrators in their backcourt, and then they have the big guys inside. Again, Pope John Paul had to decide, well, what do we shut down? Well, it was difficult to really shut any facet of their offensive game down, and they had so many second-chance opportunities. Pope John Paul had few, if any.
And if you look at the Golden Panther effort, one of the star athletes in the high school, James Blemming, quarterback off that football team, sustained an ankle injury in district playoffs, not making excuses, but you got to wonder how the chemistry, the fluidness of their offense had he been healthy. And the points in the paint against him, their ability to not neutralize the height of Carroll. But really, we have to take a moment to respect the 2 senior captains, Brent Mahoney, Jamel Stinson, 2 stellar careers.
Well, they've not only been great leaders for this team, they've been productive basketball players in the program, and again, in the initial stages of the Pope John Paul II program. Those 2 seniors are going to go down very, very memorable as far as the history of the program, you know, as it goes on in time. So Coach Flanagan's got to be proud of those 2 and all his seniors, and he's got to be proud of himself. He did an outstanding job. They came up against a juggernaut and happened to be in the second round of states. But again, each round gets more difficult at this point, Bernie. But let's give Pope John Paul credit. They didn't quit all year. They certainly didn't quit tonight, and they're to be commended, and Carroll's to be congratulated.
So that'll do it for the boys. The final boys team in the Pac-10 is eliminated. Good luck to the Springford girls, ranked #1 in the state. Final score 57-40, Carroll over PJP. For Tom McGee, I'm Bernie Gallagher and our entire hard-working staff. Thanks for watching, and good night.